V-Jump just dropped the Dragon Ball Super Interval Special, which is basically, canonically, everything you need to know about Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Super. I'm talking about the universes, locations, things like that, planets, organizations, characters. What you want to know is in this interval. It honestly is breathtaking. It makes me so proud to be a fan, to have so much lore and history and just a lot of knowledge here that we can fall back on, we can kind of examine and things like that. I mean, they literally dropped the fact that Namekians are from a different dimension than Universe 6 or Universe 7. Now, this is something that I kind of heard a few years ago. Don't remember the source, but this is essentially confirming it. They aren't really part of any universe specifically. They are from a different dimension, which to me I like more because I like to feel like Namekians are special. But in me digging in this interval special, I kept reading and I found something that I don't think most Dragon Ball fans know, and it is a spider web, a tunnel, a rabbit hole that is so elusive. It is something that I don't think people know. It's a discovery that I think has gone unnoticed, or at least not given any real thought, especially with how much versus battles there are out there, and I have never really seen this one. But with Black Frieza being basically the cliffhanger at the end of the last Dragon Ball Super manga arc, I do think that this is something special that may foreshadow the future of the next arc for Dragon Ball Super. So I really wanted to look more into the Heaters. I wanted to know more of their history and see what this lore book actually says about their clan. This organization is run by 4 siblings: Elec, Oil, Maki, and Gas. It employs bounty hunters from all over the universe and deals with supplies, information, and money. They have an ambition to one day take control of their main client, Frieza Army. This is all information that we've had before, but then we get like a basic graph as to where these relationships lie, who's connected to what, and how they're connected together. And you can see right here something that I did not get originally, and that is that Maki and Elec are the 2 eldest siblings, and Oil and Gas are the 2 youngest siblings, which now looking back on it, it does make a lot of sense. And as I kept reading, I read, of course, that Elec wanted to take over the Frieza Force because he's done basically being the accountant, essentially, and the damage control crew, the sellers of the planets that Frieza was taking over. Basically, they had a 50-50 split, with Alex being lesser, and Elec didn't want that. He wanted to have the entire pie. So he needed somebody strong enough to defeat Frieza in order to make that happen, because he went so many years with Frieza not in the picture that he can kind of finesse the Empire a little bit better because they were on their last legs. So the lore book has this about the Frieza Force. The so-called land grabbers behind the planetary trade are the feared private armies of Frieza. They invade good quality planets they have their eyes on, exterminate the inhabitants, and then sell them to wealthy aliens at high prices. And that got me thinking of planet Cereal, a planet once inhabited by Cerealians and Namekians. The Cerealians, except for Granola, were killed during an attack by Frieza's army 40 years ago. Shigurians are the new inhabitants now. But then I remember that the Shigurians, they were the ones that basically lost their planet, and so they spent their money and essentially bought planet Cereal, which is Granola's planet, from the Heaters, who basically fixed it up after it was destroyed. And so based on this, these Shigurians had to have been a wealthy race. They had to have had a lot of money. So I was thinking, did Frieza destroy their planet? How did their planet get destroyed? I went on the Frieza wiki, and as I was looking through all this, I found this excerpt that I could not believe was true. Cold informed Frieza and Cooler not to ever try to fight with Majin Buu or the God of Destruction Beerus. Frieza ended up befriending Beerus, and the 2 occasionally destroy things together. However, at one point, Frieza got carried away and destroyed something Beerus did not want destroyed, leading to a battle where Beerus easily defeated the Tyrant. What? When did this happen? I don't remember this at all. I don't remember anyone talking about this. I don't remember lore videos about this. I don't know where this came from. This almost seems like quite literally because it's coming from the wiki, that somebody faked this shit. It's fake. It can't be real because a fight between Beerus and Frieza trying to overwhelm Beerus, it just reminds me of something similar to how Goku first met Beerus, where he tried all his forms and none of them worked. And I would love to see that. I would love to hear more about that, but this absolutely sounded fake. So not knowing where else to find this information or more lore on this, I reached out on Twitter, and our boy Jordan Lee, creator of Dragon Ball Infinity and the writer for Dragon Ball V, he actually not only sent me the excerpt, but he sent me a link to the interview itself. It is in the Translations Archive of Dragon Ball Volume F, which is from the Resurrection of F era. And in this, it says, Akira Toriyama inside story. What's the relationship between Beerus and Frieza? Even Frieza is no match for the God of Destruction Beerus, no matter what he does. Since they both destroy stuff, they get along reasonably well, but one time Frieza had his claw clean when he got carried away and made Beerus angry. This is something that I did not realize actually existed, and Toriyama confirms it right here. I went down this rabbit hole trying to find something else. I couldn't find a link between Frieza and the Shigurians, but I found this instead, and it is a lot more awesome than that. You're telling me there is a situation where Beerus has to basically slap down Frieza, who I'm assuming goes into his final form at some point because he realizes Beerus' true power, because he did something or destroyed something that Beerus didn't want him to destroy. Like, what did he destroy? What was the context? How bad was the beating? I would like to know, because Frieza was extremely scared and terrified when he saw Beerus back in Resurrection of F. So if manga artists can recreate this scene or somebody can animate this, that would be amazing, because I would love to not only see this in animation or see this in manga format, but it'd be kind of cool to see it like as a special from Toyotaro, where he actually draws what happened, where you see a beaten up Frieza and you see Beerus kind of like slapping him down. That would be really, really cool. Now, I have no connection yet with Frieza and the Shigurians, but I thought this was really cool and I wanted to share with you guys.
Subscribe for more content. Or perish.